Fuck, that's really hot.
Okay, welcome to episode 14 of Yorkshire Tea XP, brewed in the heart of Yorkshire by three MFL-obsessed managers, rootcoors, Big Mr. K, and the reigning, defending, undisputed champion, Bruce Lee. And there's fuck all you can do about it this week because I'm hosting. We are not pundits, we're not pros, we're just three lads with a shared obsession for progression, tactics and agency building in MFL. Each week we'll bring you laughs, insights, chaos of cuppers, tracking our journeys from raw to rare and beyond. We have a good show this week. Obviously season 10 has just started, so we're going to go through how our teams have begun the season. We will then go to the topic of the week, which isn't really a topic. We're just probably, there's a couple of points that we want to hit on. And then, we'll probably tangent off into something else anyway. We will then follow that up with everybody's favourite Tactics Corner, where we tested the 4-3-3 false 9. Spoiler alert, no one's favourite. And then we will move into the player progression spotlight, including the common/limited, raw to rare or more. And then finally rounding out with our community questions, which is a section that just seems to be getting bigger and bigger every week. We'll probably spend, it says here 10 minutes. I doubt we'll spend 10 minutes on it. But yeah, so season 10 started. How are you boys how's your week been?
A mixed bag, I think, for my clubs. But generally, week-wise, I can't believe it's December tomorrow.
Crazy, isn't it?
Like, where has that just come from? And literally, we've been doing this for over 3 months now, which is also just crazy.
Insane.
Insane. But yeah, mixed bag. But I'm expecting that with my team, so we'll dive into that when we get to it. But other than that, just don't know how to. I don't want to. One of them weeks when you get to the end of it at work and you just feel a little bit flat. Yeah. That's kind of what my week's been like, really.
What about you, Mr. K?
Mixed bag, MFL wise, mixed bag. Some success, some not success. Some done a lot of tactic tweaking, lots and lots and lots. As we all know, this season's engine is exactly the same as last season's, so I didn't have to change loads. But I did start running a few teams, and I was like, it's just boring. Some of the tactics that I was running, I was like, I'm really defensively solid, and it's like competitive. It's boring, so I've been playing around with a few different formations, scoring a lot more goals, which is a lot more fun. A couple of slow starts in a couple of my leagues, some good starts in others. It's progression that I'm quite happy with so far, I think. I've been trying to get my head around it a bit more, but yeah, I've been quite happy with my progression across my agency. I'm trying to track over the course of the season, like what percentage of my agency has gone up +1 already, and I think last time I checked it was like 7% or something of my agency has already got +1s, which I don't think is too bad this far into the season, but long way to continue.
Nice. Okay, so shall we just get straight into it?
Whoa! What about you? How are you?
Yeah.
That good?
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Like that. Big highlight of my week, I extended my streak because not only am I the RonJon champion, I am also the Mario Jamboree champion in my house. Completely undefeated, never lost a game. My 9-year-old son hates me. I just extended my lead again today, so that's been my highlight of my week. Absolutely destroying my family at Mario Jamboree. So.
Can you explain what that is? What's Mario Jamboree?
It's like a party game. It's like a party game,
all right.
Which we play. It's like a board, and you walk around and you do lots of little mini games, and it's fun. It's just something we do with the family, and
Nice. Sounds cool, man.
It's fun because I win every week, and it's
nice.
also fun because it pisses my son off every week.
Excellent. No mercy. Teach them early. You're never gonna win. You'll never win. Yep.
100%. So yeah. I mean, MFL wise, we'll come to it. But other than that, week's been okay. Work. I mean, the next couple of weeks is just going to be cramming in so much work so that I don't have to work during the Christmas period. So
yeah,
it's going to be the next 2-3 weeks is just going to be like full on, and then just relax for 2 weeks, I think. So yeah. Okay, so who wants to go first in terms of our season progress so far?
You?
Don't hold you. All right, okay. Fucking hell. Okay. Fair enough. So let's take a look. Last night especially was kind of bad. I've got 5 teams and I drew 2 and lost 3. It's just one of those nights where you're just like, you know what? Fuck you, MFL.
I hate those nights. You honestly trying to fight not taking it out of MFL. Like, I'm in a really bad mood now because of this thing. It's really hard not to do that.
So I'll start with Fortress. As you can see, going really well. Top of the league. Not been defeated. Only conceded 1 goal, and that happened last night in the 1-1 draw. Going really well with my 3-5-2. I'm expecting that to continue, unless obviously MFL decides to put me over as it has been recently. We then go to Newton Heath, which has been very different, and I know you very generously give me the offer to swap some of our players out. But I saw my projections, and we were projected 10th, and I thought, you know what? Like, I've never been in a relegation battle. Like, so far. I mean, Rossonero Mamba didn't count last season because I got it with 6 games left. But before that, like, I've only ever finished, like, 5th and above. So I've never been in a relegation battle. And I just thought, you know what, I want the extra challenge, something different. And, you know, I'm definitely going to be challenged. These 4 teams are all really strong. All of them were, like, 70 pluses against my team, which is, at best, a Spark team. And we got a draw there. We only lost 1-0 last night. We got smashed by these 2 guys here. But I do actually think once I start playing these guys down here that I might actually have a chance of getting some points. And like I said, it's a completely different challenge to anything I've done so far. So I wanted to just go with it and see, you know, if I can get these guys to finish 8th, even 9th, like, I've, like, smashed it as far as I'm... You know, that's my trophy as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it is going to be a struggle, but the good thing is we've got like 4 of the strongest teams out of the way, like, immediately, so hopefully it starts to turn around. Rossonero and Mamba, and it's weird because I'll talk about this with Castle as well, because they're about the same strength, but this one is predicted to finish 10th, whereas Castle is predicted to finish 5th. But as you can see, things have been going very well for me so far. 3 wins, 1 loss. We've played top of the league, who are the strongest team in this league. I'll be very surprised if these guys don't win the league outright. But to be protected 10th, and if we can get into playoffs and stay there, that'd be really, really nice. A big success. I like this team. I like how it plays. I like what it's doing. It's part of this experiment, and it certainly seems to be working for me so far with the testing that I've done. And yeah, we're doing really well there. We then go to Clairvaux Castle, and you're going to see this has been my start for Clairvaux Castle. 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, and then we lost 2-1 last night. So it's been an enthralling week for me with this team. Honestly, like, whoa, what a week it's been for me with this team. As I said as well, we're projected 5th. So, like, yeah, we're in 9th with this team. It's just crazy how the projections work out sometimes. But yeah, hopefully this will turn around. You know, we haven't lost 4 games at least. You know, these were still draws, but it was just a bit like, what the fuck? Like, why can't we score? Because everything in testing, all my friendlies I did, we were scoring fine, and then the league just comes and it's like, nah, no one's scoring. Though we are defensively solid, which is really good. We then come to Mamba, and it has been, you know, I'm sat 4th, but it has been a ridiculous start. It has been a crazy start because results have just not gone the way I expected them to. One opening night, we came against Guarda Boys and lost 3-1, and he had 3 shots on target, scored all 3. But other than that, I was trying to find, like, how have I lost this game? And there was really no way that I lost. I couldn't find a way, like, why. It was just he got 3 shots on target and scored. So we lost that one, and then we just gone on a drawing fest for the next 2 games. But this league is so ridiculous. I mentioned it last week. It's not changed last season. Sorry, it's not changed this season. I am projected 2nd, and I've got like just under 82 overall, best 16, and the team in 12th who's the 12th weakest, is like 78.5, which is about as strong as my team was last season. So it's like crazy. This team in bottom as well, who I play tonight, they are on paper the strongest team in the league, but they've had an absolute nightmare start, and it's not over. I'm not like, the sky hasn't fallen yet. People will lose points, people will drop points, and it's very, very reasonable that I'll catch up. It's just we've got to start getting results. We really have to start getting results. I've been running tests, friendlies, but the problem is with the tactics I was using before for these 4 games, all looked great in testing, came to league, it does this. So now I'm like, well, everything looks good in friendlies, but is it going to look good here? So yeah, we'll see. Big game tonight, even though they're at bottom, but we really need to get a result there to turn this around and start getting those points so these guys don't get too far. The thing for me, and again we'll talk about it later, has been progression, because I've had the absolute opposite of you guys. Like my progression has just been gash. It's honestly been non-existent. Well, I mean, I've got +1s here and there, but it's just been horrible. Not a great start to the season for me, I don't think. It's not going great.
You'll turn it round.
I mean, I'm hoping so. I put in enough effort to fucking do so I should hope so. But this engine loves to hook me, so yeah. So who's going next?
Do you want me to go next, Mr. K?
Go for it, mate.
All right, I'll go next. Okay, so we'll start with the Yorkshire Tea XP MFC. So we have started the season really well. 3 wins, 1 draw, so undefeated, and just ticking along. Yeah, playing obviously pretty well, winning that. So I think we got an easy-ish. Well, they're just outside the playoffs tonight, so we'll see how that goes. And then we got cup action, which obviously kicks in from a couple of days' time. So yeah, they're doing okay, top of the league, but they're predicted top. No, they're not predicted top. They're predicted 4th, I think.
Cup games are tomorrow, aren't they? First cup games.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, first one tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you continue, me and Mr. K, I should have mentioned that we're in a cup.
We are.
You're one of your bronze teams. We're in a cup, and Kev is in the group just under us as well. So that should be a cup.
I can't remember which one it is now. Which cup is it?
Ascension.
Is it Ascension team, right? Fair. I couldn't remember which one it is.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sound.
No, you're all right. No, you're fine. Yeah, so they're doing it. They're doing what I expect them to do. Downtown Cowboys. I don't think they're doing kind of 5th, which is kind of probably where they're predicted about 9th, I think. So, but it's early days, isn't it, with the games at the minute when we're looking at them. So, just it's weird though. Like literally 7-0, and it was 2-2, and a loss, and then a 7-0, and that just makes. I know that's the worst team in the league, but it's madness. Dockside. I think they're. I'm not happy with how we've started here. So we've only won. I know we've only won 1. Literally scored 5. We're just not doing anything. I don't know what it is. I think it's a bit like what you were saying, where obviously you can do all the stuff in friendlies, think you nailed it, then come into the league. I'll give it. Obviously, we're only 4 games in, so I'll give it till after the cup games, and then I might, if they're still doing that, I might try last season's 4-1-2-1-2. And seeing as the match engine hasn't changed, so, and I've changed my tactic, so maybe I'll do that because this shouldn't be happening. So yeah, not very happy with them at all. Alpine Tigers, I'm not too worried about what happens to them. To be fair, they're just ticking along, but you can see the consistency. Apart from Yorkshire Tea, which are a really strong side, all the teams are doing the similar, aren't they? And they're all playing the same formation. So clearly something's not clicking, even though it was in the friendlies. So maybe I do need to switch it out. However, saying that, these guys are doing really well. We have lost 1. We lost last night. But we are playing really, really well. And then we've got a tough game tonight.
Seems like you had an awful night last night as well.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Really awful night. But Rum lads are doing really well. And when you, like you say, I know we'll come on to progression later, but this team's just clicking really, really well. Even like for progression, got a +2 there, a +1 there, and a +1 there in 4 games, which like that's pretty good going. So I mean, look, like 3-0, 2-1, 3-1, and not against like all the rubbish teams either, and then obviously a loss, and that's the same tactic. And I just think, I don't know, maybe my other teams are not going to do very well anyway, because like I say, I'm not predicted very well for most of my clubs, am I? From when we did the prediction string, so maybe that's why. But yeah, it's a weird start to the season. It's a bit frustrating. I'm not. You love it when you're winning, don't you? Obviously. And when you're not, it just really does it. But I'm always reluctant to change. And like you say, at the minute, I'm getting total different. If I pick any of them teams and run some friendlies with the same tactic, they more often than not win. But in the league, it's just not.
My problem with it is like I said, it's like trying to find why and not being able to find why. Like there's no reason for it. Like there's nothing that glares out. Like why has this beaten this? And it's just they scored their chances that they got on target. And it's like, well, what can I do about that? Like there's not a whole lot I can do about that.
No.
Yeah. So that's where it's frustrating for me, because it's just like if it was like, oh, you're clearly playing a too high a line and you're getting beaten by a long ball, cool. I could fix it. But at the minute, I'm like, well, where's the problem? Like, what's happening? Like. But yeah. So,
but I think, like you said there about the leagues, like my Stone League, I think there's only 4 point something separating the best and the worst team.
Yeah.
Very tight.
So
league.
you know, so it's a really tight league, and I think that's the only one that's really tight. The other ones have got like maybe a band of like 10 or 15 different from the top to the bottom. But I mean, honestly, I know it's early days, but if they carry on like that, though, Rumland's at the top of that. I don't know what. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's the goal, right? Always to keep going up, but it's not necessarily the plan.
Sometimes you don't want to go up too fast.
Yeah, too fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if you start going up, you start rocketing up league so quick, and you're not looking to load in extensively, then that suddenly you're hoping for progression, but you're going to have to accept being the shitters or invest, basically.
And that's where I'm at the minute. I'd like to just try and tick now. So I'd like to keep all these players. They're all, most of my teams, as you know, got still quite young players in them all the squads. Mm-hmm. So I could do with just, I'm quite happy with some mid-table finishes if that keeps the progression going. But like I just said a minute ago, nobody hates losing. So, in my view, we've got to lose, haven't you?
In my view, you don't want to sort of throw away a league. But if you've got a team like that and you've got the depth to do it as well, prioritise your cup a bit more. So you're going to come up against teams where you are equal. It gives you, more MFL, because it tends to return quite a bit per game. Plus, more games. There's more games for your players to earn more XP, and we've got the end of this season with the extra week and all that XP. All that opportunity for more match XP across your agency. They prioritise the cup. Why not?
Yeah.
Anywho, right then. Which team? Right, we'll go to the gold team. We'll go to the Dow team, because I started the season with 2 losses. Felt very unfortunate to lose the first game, and this gold team is, I think it's ranked 11th in this league. It's quite weak in comparison, because basically I pick up the extras from Dow and anybody who's a Dow member who's trying to loan out their players to get match XP. So I prioritise this team to be, let's prioritise progression in players and stuff like that. That guy I showed you last season, by the way, for progression, that guy went mental, that Cam. I've got him again. This current season, he's already gone up +1 again. So at the start of last season, he was 84. And he's already gone up another +1 this time. So yeah, he looks quite interesting. This is why I started speaking to Orange Fly, because he reached out, because he's in the same league. I can't remember which team is his off the top of my head. But he reached out. Pardon me? Good shout. I can never remember me. And he said this Fragioko team came down from Platt and they absolutely battered us. And this is like the same sort of night that I was like, right, I'm going to start revisiting some tactics. So I went back to my beloved 3-5-2B to throw a curveball out there on this game, and won this game. Quite a tight affair overall in terms of XG, but we ended up winning the game. Free kick in the last 15 minutes. It was a great free kick as well. And then last night I was playing a Work the Space team. and I thought, right, I'm going to use my new 4-2-3-1. It's a very attacking 4-2-3-1, and we controlled the game. And he's got a ridiculous team up here. It is dirty, that team. I mean, mine's 88, 88, 87, 89, 88, 89. Have you seen this centre forward he's got, by the way?
No. Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? He's a 90 centre forward. But look at those stats. That's mental. So yeah, he's his centre forward. And the fact we managed to keep him quiet was really testament to how well his tactic did last night. Silver team, it's been a bit of a mixed bag as well. Last night I played the wrong formation. I was so annoyed with myself when I did that. So annoyed. But very strong team. They came down from gold last season. First game of the season, we felt quite hard done by. Our left back's got a knack of... The one we've loaned in has got a knack of making massive errors we've discovered this season so far. He's already conceded. He's already been at fault for 2 goals we've conceded so far this season. So first game a draw. Second game 2-1 loss. Was this a rough one? I can't remember now. But again, this is when I sort of revisited it. No, very even game, but they had a better team and it's just one of those. So that's when I revisited the 4-2-3-1. 3-5-2-B last against Quito. Very strong team. But again, I do like the 3-5-2-B, but I've just not built enough of my teams to be able to play it as regularly as I'd like to now. Did I show you this guy I got, by the way, that I picked up? Don't know if I did.
Oh, no.
No, definitely
Yes.
not.
He's my new friend. Yes, Mr. Gross. Mr. Gross. Picked him up. It was a cash plus player deal. So I traded out one of my, I think it was an 80 rated left mid or something to the guy. Gave him. And sorted it out, so I had that chap. Which team shall I go for? Bronze teams are doing okay. They've got some fairly strong players in there. This guy had loaned in this goalkeeper to me, Johnny. He's a dancing boy or something like that on Discord. He was like, "Oh, he's progressing really well." And I was like, "Yeah, he is, isn't it? Oh, I can play him, no problem." He's already gone +2 this season, so he's now an 86 goalkeeper. So yeah, he's doing really well. My new striker hasn't done anything yet. The more annoying bloody striker is this one. This guy, bloody fraud. Where are you? Where are you, Kaiser? Knobhead. He's doing really well in progression and defending. Knob-wrench. He just keeps doing that. Since I bought him, yeah, it's great. And let's have a look. So physical... He's had a little bit of physical. Well, since I bought him, though, not really. Let's look at dribbling. Little bit in dribbling. Okay, not bad. Passing. Not really. Shooting. Nothing. Pace. Nothing. Ooh, defending, though. Fuck yeah. He keeps improving defensively. I'm like, will you pack it the fuck in? I don't want you to get better defensively. And then, yeah, the rest of the teams, steady Eddie, some reasonable starts, some difficult starts. There's some really juiced teams I've noticed in Flint and Spark that I've come across already. Some really, really juiced teams, but I don't really mind, truth be told. Just keep an eye on things, keep things ticking over. But yeah, start of the season, main thing for me has been, let's rework some of these tactics. I want to be more attacking because it was so boring watching games sometimes.
Yeah, I've got a more offensive on all my tactics this time as well, which I think it is nice to watch, like you say, but I do leave myself open a bit at the back, even though I've got some of the players on more defensive and things like that.
Watch some of my 4-2-3-1s and the 3-5-2-B press on that, because I found I've managed to get a really good press at the moment, so teams can't get out. They can, and they can break on you, and then you're like, oh, shite, because they get a good chance, but more often than not, we're constantly recycling the ball over and over again. And I'll show you how I did it. I'm not really wanting to talk about it in great detail because I don't want everyone else trying to do what I'm doing and stuff because I find it's working quite well. But yeah, even some of my weakest bronze team beat one of the strongest silver teams in my silver teams league using my new 4-2-3-1 tactic. And I was like, hang on a minute, I'm onto something here. So I'm playing around with it. So yes, and I would share it with you, Bruce, but you're my opponent now in the cup, so...
Wrong team. Castle aren't
What?
even near you. Castle's the one. The Castle, Clever Castle, is the one that's using 4-2-3-1. The one that's been drawing all every fucking game.
But if I give you the tactical insights, you might be able to plan against me because we're playing in the cup.
Right.
So until we've played each other twice in the cup, no.
Okay. I'll just suffer
No.
with my nil-nils, don't worry. I'll just suffer.
Yes, that's fine. You keep going with your nil-nils, that's fine.
Nice. Okay, so that is quite quickly wrapped up there. I suppose it's the start of the season, so there's not really a lot to go on.
Yeah.
I think the big thing we wanted to first touch on is obviously Holiday Heroes. I mean, when this comes out, it's Tuesday, so it have already started. But as us recording on Sunday, tomorrow they will start the tournaments to be able to qualify for the Masters. We still don't have any details. I don't know if you guys have seen any details. I've not seen any details on how it's all going to work or when the sign-ups are going to go up or...
Not times. I believe it'll be in the competitions page. I wouldn't be surprised if they do some sort of announcement.
Right, okay.
In the Discord. I imagine they'll do something, and then it'll be a case of there'll be a bit of a cycle, like they did for the rapid and play things, where they appear, and then once they were filled, End of.
Yeah.
I think it'll be that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna guess about midday, 1-2 o'clock, where they'll be for people to sign up, and I'm imagining they're gonna go pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. Are these the ones where we need to use MFL to play in or not at the minute? No. These are just the free ones.
They're free to enter. They're going to be running them every day.
First come, first serve, innit?
Yeah.
It is, yes. Once they're full, that's it. You tough shit, basically. But you can try as many times as you want. I imagine there'll be parameters in some capacity. I don't know, but it will be in the competitions page, is what my understanding is.
Yeah.
Are you boys?
Yeah, I think it'll be about lunchtime.
Are you boys going to be trying or?
Oh yeah, I'll chuck teams
absolutely.
in there for free. Yeah, because there's no, it doesn't have any impact on your fitness and all that sort of stuff. So you can chuck teams in there for the see what happens sort of thing. Because I think one of them thingy tickets, what do you call them? You get those tickets for the end of the season. Every win in any of these competitions, I believe, gives you a ticket.
Wheel thing.
Yeah, the spin wheel. I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
So every win
you
you get, regardless, in that
Don't you have to play
competition
these
gets you on.
ones to qualify
Yes.
for the Masters as well? So
if you win, you have to win a competition to qualify for the Masters at the end. Yeah.
So I'll definitely be trying. Well, I'll just whatever, depending on the bans. If it's the bans by league, as in league structure,
It seems banned
Yeah.
by leagues.
Yeah.
So then I'll just bang in, Rum Lads, Dockside, whatever, and hope they do better in those. And hopefully they run like friendlies.
This is why I think I've seen some super juice teams, like rare teams and stuff, or like really high uncommons in the lower leagues for this exact reason this season. I don't care. Each to their own sort of vibe, but it is what it is.
Same idea. You're all going to come up against each other and struggle. It's like, I'm going to go and do this for an easy win, and then it's like, well, actually, it's going to be harder because everyone's doing it. And then even if you do win, your rewards are shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you've hindered your players' progression.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Massive.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign up for it. I mean, last season I had a Spark team that was ridiculous, didn't I? But that was literally a case of, I have nowhere else to play these guys. That's what they're doing this season. They're all playing in ice this season now, which is fine. It's a decent level for them. But yeah.
It's No, there was a thing that they did put in the Discord as well about keeping your club's legacy. Did you see that? So I think that's pretty cool. So that's the start of what we talked about, where obviously trophies now will stay with the names of the clubs and the things that win them, and same with the player boots and all that. Well, the players obviously did before, but it'll represent where it happened at, which is obviously really good. So if you sell your clubs or whatever, players move on, they're still stamped how you want them to be stamped, which is nice.
Kind of on that, I am suspecting when they do this whole new UI overall, like if they don't, I'll be extremely disappointed. But I think we're probably going to get our club stats that we all want, club histories and stuff. If they're doing this with the keeping the club's legacy, then obviously they're going to be able to track your stats. So hopefully that comes with a new UI. Like, what do we think of it? Because to me, it looks different, but does it really look that different? I thought when I heard it was coming, I thought it was going to be like major overhaul, like looks different, but it kind of looks the same, just cleaner, I guess.
That's nice. That was nice. That's nice.
To me, it doesn't look wildly different. I think that's the thing, isn't it, with UX? If you're going to change the user experience, you don't want to go so far away from what people are used to, potentially like. But it's enough that it's got a clean rebrand. It looks more professional now. Yeah, it reminds me more of like an F. It's like an FM build, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
it's
like
really
clean and laid out.
Really clean. Yeah. I think it looks really good. Like I say, I like the site's functionality now. It works really well anyway for me. So I think it looks pretty good. It's just like you say, it'd be nice to get just to freshen up and clean it up. It looked pretty good. I was just going to flash up the.
I think they've done it on purpose, but I really wanted to see like the player page UI because they've just shown the market and the store, and I wanted to see like the player page and see the changes. But they've probably done that on purpose, haven't they? And held that back, like.
Probably.
But that's the sort of thing I wanted to see.
I was just going to show, just so we know exactly what we're doing on here. So down here, just because obviously we talked about it, but we're not clearly clear. This is the bit we need to think about. So entry to the Masters is free, but you have to earn your spot starting the 1st of December. And then it goes on to say... Yes, 22 chances by the looks of it. First come, first served. When a qualifier drops in your tier, act fast. So there's no OVR limits. That obviously talks about like what we did before. I know we've covered this in a previous pod, but let's just refresh ourselves. No fatigue or XP, and go all the way to earn a ticket to the Masters. So like Mr. K said, it is all about taking literally the best squad you have in the tier. But to your point, Bruce, it's like if you've loaded a really, really brilliant squad down here, yeah, you're going to get to the end. But I think the prize is...
Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not going to be
It's not going to be worth it, is it? So
that's the classic. That's the classic.
Yeah,
that's
classic,
if you have a thingy. That one.
This one.
It's the one above it. Sorry, go back. Sorry, jump out of that image. Up one more. That one.
Yeah. So down here, so if you get all the way to the end, you get $20.
Actually, do me a favour. Go back because I didn't see that one. The one that you just showed before. Click that.
This one.
Shows the average qualifiers per day.
Average
What does what
qualifiers
mean?
per day.
It'll be the amount of competitions that will run over that 21, 22 days. So that on average there'll be 45 per day. So what's that? About 600?
4.5.
Yeah, 500 to 600 overall.
So
Is that right? I'm talking shite.
day?
No, it won't be one every day. But if it runs for 22 days, yeah. 22 days, 99. I'm talking absolute shite numbers for the 4.5. So 0.7 over that time frame of 22 days comes in at about 50. Which, given how many teams there are and stuff like that, like it's just that's how they're working that one out. So yeah,
the number of qualifiers. Yeah, because they only need 16, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
See that? I didn't see that column. Oh, okay.
Cool. So that was the first thing I wanted to share. And then before you jump, I know you're moving forward, but we need to show the RonJon stuff as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to run.
Is that where you're going to? You do what you do that then. Say what you want
Just
to say.
don't give him a chance, do you, Root? Jesus.
I know.
Taking out. Talk about.
Well, I know
over.
what. I'm sorry. I'm still
God.
getting like flashbacks to last week when we tried to wrap up the pod after 45 minutes, Mr. K.
Yeah, absolutely. I had things to do. I had shit to do.
Okay, so I just want to talk about the RonJon challenge. My network. Okay, so we have a different one. Hold on, that's not right.
Yeah, he's renamed them for us.
Oh, he has. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
So this time it's going to be different to what we did last season, because last season it was basically free for all. But what RonJon's doing for his delegation is he's got clubs from a certain country, and then all of the players in that team will be from that country. So it'll be like little mini national leagues, and he's going to delegate them out to people, and then they can, rebuild, replace. If they get promoted, they can replace their weaker players with other players in his, as long as they meet the nationality requirements. And then until eventually they get to a certain level, and then it's like, right, okay, you can carry on and you can just have anybody. But for the first, until you reach a certain point, all the players are going to be from that country. And as you can see, he's given us 3 English teams. 2 of them are in Ice, and 1 of them is in Spark, which is hilarious because both me and Root got the Ice teams relegated last season, and Mr. K kept it up, but now he's in Spark this season.
Fuck yeah!
But all the players in these teams are English, and that was hilarious when we came to draft it, because you're going to see here some of the ratings in Ice here. We're starting like 57s, and the reason Mr. K is in Spark is because when he drafted his team, he ended up having like 11, like under the minimum requirement for ice. So it's like he had to go into Spark. As you can see, like that's his squad for Spark, which you should do all right there in Spark, I reckon.
Tactical play, boys. I thought outside the box.
Yeah, you should do all right. And as you can see, yeah, you are. You're undefeated. 2 wins, 2 draws right now.
Nice.
And then with Root, he is in ice, and he is, I can already see, he's 10th. And you've won one.
Oh, yes. Go on, boys.
But then look at this squad. This is what we're competing with in ice. Like, we're going to get murdered. But as you can see, everyone is English. And that's how his teams are going to be set up when he starts delegating. I do want to show...
He hasn't started rotating yet then, has he, by the looks of that?
I don't think... I think very minor
4
rotations. Yeah. As you can see, I've had 1 win and 2 losses. But we had we were at the late registration, but our first game was supposed to be against the late registration, so we played 1 less game than all the other teams. But yeah, you're right, he hasn't started rotating for me yet. But I do actually want to show what he's done, because he started rebranding a lot of his clubs, and I think they're pretty cool. Let me just see his clubs here, because these ones are all them, but as you go down, you can see he started rebranding them, like Fortress Academy. That's his Turkish team. There'll be a Serbian team. RonJon,
oh, that's nice.
I know you're watching. Dibs on this one right here. Dibs on this one, please. Funny as well, Hakodate. I think that means like little fortress or something in Japanese. It's like fortress or something in Japanese. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but that's pretty funny. But yeah, as you can see, he started to rebrand a lot of his lower clubs, and this is how it's going to be when he starts delegating clubs out. You will take a club in a country, and then you will have to just use the players from that country and try to, get them promoted to eventually get them to a level where you can, rent out any of his players, and it doesn't stick to the thing. But I thought it was really, really cool, because I started looking through him, because he has a lot of teams that he hasn't even rebranded yet, but I did notice some of them he started doing, like the Belgium one and Portugal, and I thought that was really, really cool. So that is like a little preview to what he's going to do when he's delegating, and we're sort of testing it. I guess we're testing it, aren't we, right now, with ourselves? So it's going to be an interesting one, because I think Mr. K might do all right, but I think me and Root, we're going to have a very long season. We're going to get another 2 of his clubs relegated to the back. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Have you got any thoughts on that, boys?
Yeah, we go again though, don't we? So we keep these are the 3 we're just going to carry on doing this for now.
I don't know. I don't know if we can change because I think he's hoping, as a lot of people are, that delegation will come with a new UI, which is hopefully next season. So then next season he could just delegate as a club.
Right. Okay.
Because like I said, I'm calling dibs on the Japan one.
Yeah.
So.
I love this idea. I mean, I loved what he did for us last time, and then we went through all the results. But I love the idea of a squad from a country, only players from the country. I think, like, obviously when we did it, it was difficult because lots of players had already gone. Yeah. So I think that's the only key thing to try and figure out, that he'll have to figure out himself. Is the banners or whatever. I
said about that when we drafted, and I gave him the thing, the list, and I was like, Mr. K's team's not going to fit in ice, and he was like, didn't think of that. Like, this is something he's probably going to have to, think about in the future for having players to fit in the actual minimum caps. So I mean, Flint don't matter, but once you start going up, it's going to become a problem. But
yeah, but it was really easy, wasn't it, when we drafted it? It was quite easy to draft through the players. So we had the low ratings, but I mean, to try and figure out, right, these are the 22 we're going to get, this is the rotation we're going to do.
It was really hilarious because I decided I was going to play a 3-5-2 really early. So I just hoovered up all the centre-backs really quickly and left these 2 with like nothing.
I think my best centre-back is like 54 or something like that.
Yeah, like
if that.
Picks, I just went centre-back, 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 centre-back.
Yeah. I like the idea though, but I think, like you say, as soon as club delegation comes, it'll be even better. Because at the minute, I love these challenges, but we're kind of just on the sidelines, aren't we? It'd be so good when it's delegated, and then we get used to the players who we've picked in those teams and stuff. I think that's what it'll really kick on. Really, really kick on.
Yeah. Any thoughts on
Cool.
that, Mr. K?
Yeah, when I was picking my team, what's the name of my team again? I thought they were calling it the same as last season. Do you know what it's called?
It's just
Funny man.
switched them. I saw today he hadn't before, but just checking today, he switched them so it was all the same teams as we had last season. So
Mine's still down as an ice team.
wait, I just had it in the list. Like
I'll
because I
send you
follow
on
them all.
Discord. I'll send you it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not the same because I've got a different team there.
Yeah, Southend.
I don't know.
Funny.
Yeah. It's a different team you've got, but he's named it the same.
Yeah.
Can't be the same team.
Oh,
we're all in
right,
England
there we
now.
go. There we go.
Come on,
there I am.
seriously.
Oh, we're
Spent
doing
20
well. Like
minutes
what's?
talking about it.
I know. I just drafted really, really well. He's playing a 4-1-3-2. Is he? Oh, interesting.
Did you not give him any
Nice.
tactics again?
Oh God.
Did you seriously
Default.
just go balanced again after your performance last season?
I mean, you mean my performance last season where I stayed up and you boys didn't? Yeah, I did.
Did you win the challenge? Did you win the challenge?
No, but you won the challenge because you fixed it. You fixed it last season, remember?
I even went as
That's
far
how
as
I
saying,
remember it.
Fuck off.
when I said in mine, I even went as far as saying like, and this is who needs to be the captain and so on. I think
No.
he's like, yeah.
I built enough for 2 or 3 teams of 4-2-3-1. That's what I did. But it's working. Well played, RonJon. We know we're so in sync. He knows what to do. That's the thing. So excellent. Mine was all about building for progression for him because I got all the youngsters in a club for him.
Here we go.
That's what I did. I thought help him out. You know. I mean, the average age of my team must be brilliant. Yeah.
To
What
be
is
fair,
that?
I've got him 3+1s in my.
Have you?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let's have a
Just looking at it now.
progression. Have I got any?
3+1s.
I've got none.
Including the keeper. That's how many shots against us we're having.
No, got a couple of stat increases, but yeah, no +1s at the moment.
So you're not really getting him progression.
That's
even though
the
you just think
thing.
you would
He's
get
not playing the 4-2-3-1. That's why. Well, that must be why. Yeah. Well, if RonJon wants me to send him some tactics, I can do. But if,
Well,
if
that
he's
was
quite
the
happy
idea.
doing
Hey, you've got to try and win the challenge, and if you're not there, you
Hey!
have most crosses. If
I
you're
had,
not crossing.
I was just about to complain and say, hang on a minute, I have 16 teams to run. Then remembered RonJon has got arguably more. How many clubs does he actually have? I want to know that now. RonJon. Where is he? I can't find him down the list. Fortress, there he is. I couldn't find him then. No. 71 clubs, yeah. So I suppose I've got less of an excuse, haven't I?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
1 second, just give me a few minutes. I'll find another excuse. It's fine. Speaking of default, are we moving on to? Is it tactics corner time or is it progression? I can't remember what's next.
Corner time, and who wants to go first? with
Mr.
this
K, let him run it. Come on, you
disappointment?
just had a go at me. I don't want to go.
You just talked over Bruce. That was so rude.
I felt bad then, actually.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't
Bruce.
blame you. Yeah.
I don't feel bad talking now over Mr. K at all. I feel bad talking over you, though.
Right, Bruce. If you'd like to talk, you may go first. If you like, I can go first. I don't mind.
Okay, so because Root said he didn't want to go first, Root can go first. You've muted your mic. Oh no, you've done it.
I haven't muted. Mr. Power Trip has over there. He has the power to mute anybody's, I think. Right, okay. I remember how to screen share. Totally fucking... It just went out my head. Totally forgot. He threw me off. I just totally forgot.
I forgot which team I tested with.
Right. I'm always testing at the minute with YT XP. So, yeah. It's got potential, but it's shit. Like, I don't even know how we got some wins here, but we did. And then we just got losses. And then we just got some random wins. And I guess it's just to do with the strength of the opposition. Because the tactic just doesn't do anything. There's nobody in the box. Nobody wants to score goals. Thankfully, I had Mr. K's guy that actually did try and put some balls in the net. But, yeah. So I just tried to do things... So what I tried to do is I just did a little pattern. because I couldn't get fuck all to go right for me. So I just did a pattern look. So I went all the way that way and then all the way that way. Just thought it looked pretty cool.
Tactical insight here, guys.
I did a pattern. And then I decided I did the pattern here, and then I thought no. We always do that. So I just went up one, basically. That's what happened there. Yeah. I just did a pattern. That's literally what I did. And then I couldn't get much going on here. So I'm going to start at the top this time. Whether I had him there, or there, or there, or nothing, or that. Nothing's just happening with this formation. Yeah, mate, keep yawning.
Shall we pull up the tactics board so you can talk us through your formation?
Yeah. And how am I meant to get this guy as a focal point? I've got no idea. I tried everything. I tried him on high, tried him on direct. Yeah. So I made him more aggressive to try and win the ball. I'm not into certain. Like, I don't even know where this is going with this guy.
This is going to be a difficult one, just for the viewers. This is going to be a difficult one because we all had a very similar experience with this formation.
Yeah.
So it's not going to, we'll try to give our insights as best we can, but Jesus, it was hard this week.
Yeah. So I'll do it. I'll be, yeah, it was hard. I'll be serious. Right. So left back and right back, balanced attacking, just more aggressive. Centre back, low and defensive is standard. And then because I had these attackers here but no one was getting in the box, I made my CDM try and do some risky passes to try and see if he would then clear the ball like far up or whatever, but didn't seem to happen. Centre mids again on risky, so I got all those on risky. And then I just couldn't get the ball getting in the box to do it. But you know what? There is something that, when you go in to do your friendlies, and obviously you're gonna match up, because I've got a drop off on players. It does take their standard rating, and it's really winding me up. So like my attack was 71 or something, I don't know, or something like that. And then when the match started, it was 60. So I lost like 12. So that's why I didn't score. That's literally why. Because of how it matches up. And I'm just not in the mood for really talking about that tactic. So, sorry viewers, I've gone from like being Mr. Community to Mr. Like I don't want to talk. I just don't want to do it to you all. You don't need to do it. You don't need to hear it. Somebody else give some good news.
Well, it's not going to continue, Adam. You go next.
Let's do it. I was just drawing my tactic board. I was having loads of fun with it.
Sorry, do you want me to go first? So you can...
Yeah, you go first, and I'll carry on. I'll carry on doing what I'm doing.
Just got a picture of a penis on it.
It's not a picture.
Well, I know how childish he is. I mean, come on.
Right, so I'll start here on the results. And like you, I just did random at first. And as you're going to see, there's a bit of a drop-off because players are having to play out of position. So these first two games were just teams that were like 30, 40 overalls against me. Like, if they were all in the correct positions, we'd be equal strength. But because of that, because of the drop-off, I ended up facing much stronger teams than me. And I was like, right, okay, well, this ain't going to tell me anything. So I went on an MFL coach, and I just found 4 teams that were same strength as the lineup for this tactic, and played popular formations. And I just went through and played them. And as you can see, the results are just hit and miss. There's just not a lot going on. Like, it's hard. I mean, I beat Root 1-0. I mean, that shows you how bad this tactic really is. Like, I only beat Root 1-0. But it was just so inconsistent, and I found it very weak defensively. Like, very, very frail. And we kept conceding the same goals, the exact same goals. And so it was like, okay, we've conceded that goal, let's do this. So, I started with a high line, I pulled the line to the middle, I pulled it lower, I started playing with different settings, trying to get it, right, but the same stuff kept happening, and it was just like, ugh. But yeah, it was very mixed bag. I eventually got it all right. If you like 1-0 wins, awesome. But I mean, the thing with this formation, and I will say this as well, this is the biggest disappointment for me, because this was always, since I've joined, this was always like one of the formations where I was like, I really want to run 4-3-3-9. Like,
Same.
Really, really want to run it. One day I might have the players to run it. After doing this, I don't think I'm gonna. Like, it just seems like such a waste. Not a lot going for it. Again, if you've got the right players in the right positions, then maybe this will be better. But unfortunately, I just don't. And as a first impression of this formation, it's just not very good. Obviously, you look at this, and this is prime Barcelona. Right, that's false nine. It's prime Barcelona. So my initial thought was, right, let's get them playing the same way prime Barcelona would. The problem is, I don't have Busquets here. I don't have Xavi and Iniesta here. And most of all, I don't have Messi up here. So it didn't quite operate the same way.
Well, whose fault's that? You built the team.
Right, I know, right? Why don't I have Messi and Xavi and all these generational players? But, yeah, so, I mean, if you've got those players, then maybe this does work. But after that, it was like, right, okay, well, this is clearly not working, so now I just want to get something that works. And I fiddled so much, up and down. I brought them in narrow because I didn't think this guy should be a focal point, because this is a sort of like, you know, in prime Barcelona, this guy was Fabregas, you know, a centre midfielder. So he's more of a facilitator, and getting these two guys to be our goal scorers, to be our... But I just couldn't get it to replicate it. Like, I couldn't... Because nobody would go in the box. He'd sit out here. My wide players, even though I'm on narrow, are out here, out wide. And I'm like, come inside. Like, I want them in. Like, and it just, yeah. Couldn't get it to do what I wanted. But I went controlled, a bit narrow, just under the C and the K. Take less long shots because I wanted the chances I get to be good ones. Cross less often. Balanced because... Usually I put this on dribble less, but this seems like a formation that should be good for dribbling. An attacking tendency. Balanced. For the team depth, like I said, I've had this all the way up here, up here, up here. Same goals kept getting conceded. So there's something else that I've done that, you know, and again, same with compactness. I had this up here, up here, all along the line. Still kept conceding the exact same goals. Trigger press more often. Aggressiveness more aggressive, and play out of defence. For the player instructions, goalkeeper as always. My right backs, all I wanted was them to cross more often. They're the early players on the pitch I wanted putting crosses in. Centre backs, I had them on dribble less often, conservative passing, and low positional freedom. My centre defensive mid, dribble less, conservative passing, and low positional freedom. The two centre mids, I think I did exactly the same. Balanced dribbling for him, and yeah, he could dribble better and pass better, so dribble more often and risky passing. The two wingers, dribble him, get them dribbling and more offensive, and I think I did the same on the other side. Yeah, I gave him risky passing because he's a better passer. And then the centre forward, again, this was just getting this guy. I wanted him to be more of a facilitator. I didn't want him to be an out-and-out striker, and I just couldn't get it to do it again. I wanted him more dribbling more, high positional freedom, more offensive. I wanted him going all over the pitch, you know, in this forward area, and yeah, it just didn't work. Like I got wins towards the end, but again 1-0, and there weren't like comfortable 1-0s. There were 1-0 like, oh, I've taken the lead, but I'm probably going to concede in a minute. So for the entire 90 minutes, I'm sat there like, oh my God, here we go, I'm going to concede. It was never comfortable, never felt comfortable ever. So it was just not fun. I'm really disappointed. My biggest disappointment so far out of all the ones I've checked, because this was definitely the most hyped one I was. And with the players, I think this is definitely a player-heavy formation. But then again, I don't want to go out and buy the players for it, because then if it's still crap, as it has been for this, then I've just wasted a load of money buying players for a formation I'm not going to play. So it's really, massive.
Something just dawned on me while you were doing that, and you were talking about the drop off in players, and every time I'm saying like, I don't have a left winger, whatever. Why don't we just do it through the training matches where you can pick any player from your agency entirely and not just an actual team? I could do that, couldn't we?
Because then you'd get wild variance in the opponents. Like,
so you get way more wild, right? Okay.
Yeah, like crazy variance in the opponents.
Okay, that's a shame then, isn't it? Because that would have been ideal. That just dawned on me.
I could have had like my two left wingers, you know, my wingers with that centre forward. That might have worked out better, but then my opponents could have been anything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
You get a wild, as Bruce says, you get a massive variance on the strength of opponents because of your higher rated players and stuff like that. But yeah, I also was really disappointed in this formation. I was really excited to give it a go. I think when you were looking to put the poll together, Rue, I'd suggested a few, and I put that down on purpose because I thought I really want to give it a go at some point. I don't think I've got a great team to do it with, but I just want to give it a go, see what I can get a tune out of it. Because there has been at times where I've come across that formation and I found it really difficult to defend against. That was the bit that surprised me. But then when I've tried to use it, I couldn't get a tune out of it for ages. It took me forever, and the solution is just stupid. But I don't think it's great. So I started all the way back here. There's lots of friendlies around because I tried so many different variations of tactics and tweaking it. Sort of did about 5 games per go and then tweaked it to something else. And I just wasn't getting anything out of it. And some of these teams, don't get me wrong, some were better, some were the same, some were a lot worse. But I still kept losing to them or just getting nothing out. And the draws were fortunate draws, like getting battered and just scoring the odd goal.
Were you conceding the same goals as well?
Pretty much the same.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that a formation thing? Do we think?
I think so. I think because what you're trying to, cause I always look at a formation to begin with and go, okay, how am I going to score? What's the route to go? Because if I don't score, no matter how good I am defensively, I ain't going to win. So I'm working out the attacking side first, and then retrospectively working in, okay, how do I tweak this so I'm able to have a defensive foundation as well? But I start with the attack, and that's what I couldn't get right. And I went over and over all these variations. And this is the last 5 games. This was the last version where I went, you know what? I'm just going to do something which is not exactly groundbreaking. There are no individual instructions.
Okay. Okay.
That's the only thing I did. That's the only thing I did, and it worked. It started working, and it was consistent. It was run of the mill. It was basic. And we weren't blowing teams out, but we were picking up results. We were better, but we weren't stomping all over them. And as you can see, there wasn't lots of goals, but by and large, comfortable victories here and there. But it was so mundane. It was just doing nothing. It was such a boring formation. I mean, if you look at the formation itself, I mean, from an attacking sense, you'd think this guy being the centre forward is in a really difficult area to pick up in the pitch, is my view. So he's going to be important. The wide men naturally going to be important. They need to impact the game. But your centre mids are going to have to pick up a bit of that slack as well because you've not got a presence right at the top of the pitch. Because trying to get this guy to really push on and be over here is really difficult to make it do that with any regularity. So these guys need to get involved, and it's the defensive shape after that is a bit all over the show, so you have to start tweaking things. And as I say, just basic default shit started working because I just put in like a 4-3-3 sort of visual on this. It is so... You think this guy picking up that hole and getting into the box with the late runs, with the wingers, beating their man, just doing the sweaty pass across goal, that'd do something. Did it shit. It did nothing. And as soon as you let these guys do anything and start getting involved, as soon as an attack break down, which you often did because these guys get the ball and go, I'll put the ball in, but there's fuck all people there. It breaks, suddenly you're getting shafted because more often you're playing a 4-3-3, let's be honest. That's what you tend to be playing against. There was just nothing in this formation that would make it tick on the regular. It didn't matter what formation I was playing against. I tried getting the fullbacks involved. I tried a low line, a high line, a high press, start sitting off. Nothing did anything. Trying to make this formation press from the front is impossible because there's nothing occupying these guys. Because this guy just jack shit basically. He can't get him to do anything, and if he does, he's making up yards. But so by the time he's pressing this guy, he just goes boop, and it's pointless. So yeah, really disappointed with this formation. I don't see my tactics being any great shakes moving forward. Do I have the best players for it? Arguably not, I guess. We're trying to do something with it because I think you need to focus on who your centre forward is, your wingers being a real goal threat because they need to be that more than anything, and your centre mids being all-rounders, like really solid all-rounders. And are you going to get that in the leagues that we're likely going to be in? Probably not. No, not really. They tend to be weighted one way or the other. If I click on one of my centre mids, he's weighted towards his passing and a little bit his dribbling. He's not bad defensively. He can't shoot. He hasn't got pace. it's you're going to get all these weird bits and pieces here and there. So yeah, really sadly disappointed in the 4-3-3 false 9. I thought it'd be a bit more. But hey ho, I think if you've got the players in the right position, you might be able to do something with it. But Christ almighty, I couldn't.
There was a discussion in the Discord as well when we announced it's 4-3-3 false 9 this week, and a few people said like, we can't. It worked last season. It's not working this season. Like it's just fell on its ass out of nowhere. So I mean, previous seasons it might have been what we thought it is, but for some reason on this engine it just does not like it, and it seems we're not the only ones who are seeing it. So.
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, it's interesting how we've all come to the same conclusion as well.
Yeah, because
that's the interesting bit.
Different outlooks, but for us to all be like, yeah, this is bad. It's very,
might be hyper specific.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was going to be bad because I read your two's comments. Was it like Friday or whatever? And I was like, I've already had a bad week, lads. I do not need to test this tactic.
I was like,
and then
8 games
testing
in,
it, and I was like, I don't like this.
I was like 8 games in, and I just kept going back to the drawing board constantly. And I was like, usually after about 3 or 4, I'm starting to tweak rather than change. I was having to wholesale change all the time, so I just couldn't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
But
it's a shame.
Hey-ho.
It is a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully next week's is better. So sorry for this one being a bit of a downer, but it is what it is. We can only go on what we've got. And unfortunately, it was just a poor formation for us. None of us could get a tune out of it.
We had nothing.
Yeah, we had nothing. If you obviously get a tune out of it, let us know in the Discord because we'd all be very interested. Like, I like what you do to make it work. Because in my head, I know what it should do, but making it do it on the engine just didn't materialise at all. So we'd be very interested to know if you can get a tune out of this formation. But yeah, so we will move on, and I believe next is player progression. So I'm going to vote that I go first, just to get it out of the way, because by the sounds of it, you two have had an okay week with this in terms of progression, whereas I just haven't. I mean, most of the progressions come off my lottery tickets, and even that, it's just the odd +1 every here and there. And I know it's early. But yeah, I mean, my defender getting a shooting, always love to see that. Odd +1, nothing's just shot out. I don't get how this guy's still only an 80. Like, what's holding him back? Like here, like look at this guy's stats. What is holding him back? Is it the passing or what? Because he's got 86 defense. And I'd expect him, 79 physical. I'd expect him to be like 81, 82 with that defense.
Pop him into thingy.
I'd say physical.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
physical.
With 79 physical and 86 defense, I'd be like, surely you'd be higher than 80. Like in my head, but obviously it's not. But I'm like, well, what's holding him back? Is it the passing? Or...
Definitely shooting.
Yeah, he needs to shoot, obviously, clearly, because that's the thing for defenders, isn't it? But yeah, it's just been getting the odd +1. This guy's got +1s, but not in. I mean, that'll help, I guess, eventually when he gets there. This guy's got a +5 in physical out of nowhere. He just shot up out of physical, but it's not moved his overall. And this has been a guy that seems really hard to go up because past couple of seasons, I mean, if I look at his thing, past couple of seasons since I got him, because I got him here, and it's like he always seems to get lots of stats, just no overall, and that happened here. He was getting loads of stats. I was like, oh, he's going to go up to a 70 at some point. Surely he is. And then he didn't. And then he went up last season. But he always seems to get progression in lots of his stats and just nothing. But yeah, it's just a few +1s, but it's mainly my lottery tickets that are doing. But some of these guys have been in here for 2 or 3 seasons and they've only just started moving. So it's sort of like, well, that isn't actually... Like, if this was his first season in here, awesome, but it's not. It's like his 3rd season, so him getting a +1 now, and because he's going to come out as, nothing. So it's been kind of disappointing. Nothing to really shout at. Nothing exciting for me so far. I mean, the double game days haven't started yet, but so far, it's just... I've not woke up and been like, yes, this is amazing, I've got a stat here or anything like that. I've had nothing like that. I think the best thing was one of your players' routes where I've got the goalkeeper on at Newton Heath and E-tier broke, and that was like the most exciting thing that happened to me progression-wise. So, yeah. So which one of you boys wants to go next?
Do you want to go first, Root?
Well, no.
I'll go next then. That's
yeah,
fine.
purely because, like, something's happening on the website. I don't know if it's just for me, but all my players have gone to OVR 0. I'm like, what is going on?
It's not gone that well then. Fair enough.
It's not gone that well,
this
yeah,
season, progression this season, they've all died. So for me, it's looking quite healthy so far this season. 1 second, there we go. Yeah, it's looking quite healthy so far this season. I've worked out, I think it's something like, it's just under 10% of my agency. Let me have a quick look. There we go. How many players? 51. Yeah, it's like 9.6, 9.7%, something like that, of my agency now have gone +1 at least overall. I've got a couple of guys that are on +2. Got this striker here who's playing down in, that would be Flint. At the moment, you can see stats across the board are going up, and he's got +2 this season so far. If we look at his overall, to take that off, he started out as a 50 rated player. He had a bit of progression in his second season. Not much last season, he went up +1, and so far this season +2. Steady away. I think he'll come out about 60, 62 by the end of his career. That's the sort of thing I'm anticipating. This guy's interesting. He's in the dev centre. I picked him up in a gallery purchase previously. He's flying, and he's got very well-rounded stats. But since he started, he's sort of been, again, started at 50, tick, 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 and I've just chucked him in dev centre this year. Yeah, he'll come out age 26. Don't care, because at 60 rated, can he be more than just 60 rated? And I saw his all-rounded stats, and I went, I like the look of that, so I've chucked him in there. This right back is another part of the agency purchase. He's flown since he was minted. He was minted at 23. He was 66 rated. He's now up to 82. Got +1 this season. This is this one.
Yeah.
Finally moved. Yeah. Finally, it matter. He's finally moved again. He came in at 80, I think. I'm sure he came in at 80. Yeah, he came in at 80. He had that one bit of progression, that one time, and it was actually the first training session of the season. I think he got a +1 in his defending. But I don't. Whether he's going to progress loads, I don't know. I don't think he'll ever tier break. I think he'll be pre that based on what I'm seeing so far, unless we see a sudden upturn in progression.
He's got that going.
Yeah.
He's still low.
Yeah. This weird player that I've picked up previously that I thought about moving on at one point, but I played him in Spark last season, he's just started to pick up quite a few stats here and there because he's very heavily weighted towards one stat. He's 87 dribbling. He's sort of ticking on as we move forward. I mean, if I put these guys on all-time just super quick, those that have had something so far this season, yeah, that guy's +10. That right back I showed you is +16. 27-year-old centre mid now up to 72 +6. 27 +9. There's not like major standout players here who are still young, who have got loads of crazy progression that I'm seeing really. But just lots of players ticking over. This guy's I put in dev jail since I picked him up. Yeah, I packed him and I've just stuck him in dev jail. And as you're saying, he's not really done a whole lot, but see if he can just keep trying to turn him into something at some point. Yeah, nothing major. But I'm happy with the volume that I'm getting. But I've got a large circle. I'm casting a really large net, aren't I? So maybe a bit more throughout the course of the season. It's more like after matches. I'm disappointed at the moment. I don't really see anything after matches. It's always training at the moment. But yeah, have your guys recovered, Root? Are you ready to show us yours?
Can one of you show it for me, please? It's not
yeah.
working.
Not
Everybody's
working.
0. I'm not joking. Everyone is literally 0.
Rest.
1 second now. Give me a second.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So I'll go for current season, yeah?
Yeah, just do current season the same as you did.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm seeing pretty good progression. I'm really happy with that. I don't know. I might have to do what you did, work out how many of my agency that is, percentage-wise, because it's quite interesting. But I'm seeing pretty good progression everywhere. Most of it, as you said, is coming from in training. Those first 3 days of training were just incredible. But there's quite a lot of players which you can't see on there that have already also gone really close to ticking over in those 4 days. So I'm really, really happy with progression. I mean, I think it's most of our favourite thing anyway, but I think that one at the top, he's the guy that I've got on the Wendirk thing. So I'm really happy that I didn't expect him to even go up. So he's obviously going up. Mm-hmm. So that's obviously really good. That third one down, that Miranda guy, he's literally just needs one more thing in one of the things, a bit like what Bruce was saying, and he'll tick over to a 79. But to see the rares going up as well is obviously really helpful. Is it Miranda? Miranda?
No, I'm not seeing no Miranda.
The centre mid?
Centre mid. I'm seeing Alexander.
What is going on here? Something weird.
He's
not progressing yet. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. There's a guy called Miranda with his last name anyway, and he's really close to going up. But yeah, everyone's pushing on, and most of these players are still really good ages. So I'm really happy. And like I said, I've had 4 tier breakers already this season, and obviously we're only 4 games in, so I can't complain about that. So a lot of these players are picked up from McBride.
I'm just seeing which ones are like yours and like how long you've had them for, sort of thing. Like how long they've been in the game for. I was curious. I remember this guy. This was one of mine that I sold to you at some point. But yeah, progression. He came in at 61, and he's now tier up to 65, and he's still only 23. Yeah, he's got time. Yeah. Still got plenty of time.
He's going to play plenty of games this season.
Yeah, there's a couple I got from you that are doing really well, and there's a couple that are just duds. But that just happens with anybody. They're good players. They're good players. Don't get me wrong, but they're just not progressing. I've got some players that are just really, really solid, but just never progress. Like pretty much, what was I thinking about? Hamario, my cam, just doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's really frustrating. And he's literally got like 77 pace and 68 shooting. He's a 57 rated, and he has bags of potential. He's just a superstar, but he's just not going anywhere. But yeah, progression wise, I don't know what's wrong with my side, but thank you for showing it up. I'm really happy with it. There's loads of good stuff going on there.
Nice.
Yeah, well, hopefully it picks up for me eventually and start getting players that I actually care about going up. Okay, did we check out our raw to rare? Because by the way, I know nothing's happened. Krebs hasn't moved. My goalkeeper, he's playing in one of your Flint teams. He's not moved, but he's a goalkeeper. So I mean, their progression's weird. Like,
which team? Yeah, which guy have I got? It's in one of mine, isn't it? I just can't remember which one.
I'm getting network error.
Pulse. Let me have a quick look. Make sure. I just want to double check he's been playing, sort of vibe. Van der Zee? No, that's not Pulse. Not Pulse. I'll work it out.
White Rose Gate.
White Rose Gate. There we go. Let me just double check your chap has been playing. I'm sure he has been. I haven't rotated goalkeeper so far.
So I'd be very surprised if he isn't.
He's one of the best players in the team, isn't he? Where is he? There he is. Yeah, he has been playing. He's played 3 games out of 3, so yeah. Make sure he's playing this evening now for you. He is playing. He is definitely playing. Just checking. How's the performance been doing? He's only conceded 1 goal so far.
Nice.
So there you go.
I don't know. I can't get excited about goalkeepers because it just seems weird to me. I don't know if you've noticed any like rocket progression. I've never seen a goalkeeper with rocket progression. Like it's always.
Other than that one I showed you, I'm loaned in. That's the only one really. You don't see many of them.
The one who got 2 this season.
Yeah. But even so, you can't do a whole lot to aid it. Like you can't do a load of individual instructions. Well, you can because if you get them to play out of the back, they get successful passes, so that increases their rating a little bit. But there's not a whole lot you can do.
But as well, they play the most games usually.
Yeah.
They usually play the most games, so it's like, why don't they get more progression?
The ratings, the match ratings.
Look at there's a guy in my agency. Is Holst as a keeper? He's gone up quite a lot. I think he's gone from like a 67 to like a 75 or something like that.
Yeah, he's +8. Yeah. 67
I can't look
to
at him
75.
because nothing will work. So.
I can. Yeah, it looks shit.
He's gone up a lot. But generally,
I wouldn't. Can you guess where he came from, though, Bruce? Sorry, can you guess where he came from?
McBride.
He's been bought from McBride. Yeah.
Lots of my agency have come from there, which I'm absolutely fine with.
Yeah, why not?
It's a shame he's not in the game still. Like
it is.
Yeah.
He might come. He's on about potentially coming back after Christmas. Just had a lot. He just had a lot going on, but I was
No,
talking
fair
to
play.
him. I was talking to him a couple of days ago, and he's on about maybe still coming back after Christmas. So
Well, I know he's really into his so rare stuff, isn't he? So it's all.
I did say I could sell you a load of players back.
I was going to say he should have, because when he started selling, I was like, yo, you should just let me have one of your clubs and just run your club, and you'll.
I offered to do the same.
Yeah,
I offered to do the same.
Back after Christmas, he's got a stash of MFL there. He's still got a club. Now he's going to have to rebuy everything, like, isn't he? So it's, yeah.
They can come buy it back from Root for twice the price.
Yeah.
The thing is, he must have. I think because of a lot of his players have got the earlier ID, but I think he obviously did have a good eye for getting good players, because nearly every player I've got from him, which he's always done me a really good deal. Like you say, that's the whole. That's one of the beauties of us being mates. But like it's like he's always done me a good deal, and the players is still kicking on and progressing. And like that guy I showed you that had a +2 this season in the Rum Lads, he's been trying to get him to progress for a while. And he's just not been kicking on, and then he's lent him to me for this season, so I haven't bought that one because that's his pride and joy, that Kroger, and he's gone up a +2, so he's absolutely buzzing about that, because he did loads of progression and then just stopped, and I don't think he was getting looked after. So then I was like, well, I'll play him as a cam, and the way I play a cam, he will get in the box like all the time. So, but yeah, I think he might come back, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does.
Yeah, just next time, just let someone run in one of your clubs so you don't have to sell everything at a massive loss, and then you can come back to it. Like, I suppose if you needed the money, if you needed the funds, then fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. It seems funny him coming back a couple of months later and then having to rebuy everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to touch on before we move on?
No, my limited player that we got has done nothing. He's just playing for Dockside, but he hasn't done anything. So downtown, but he hasn't done anything. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my guy has either. Pentier. I know we were talking about it before we got cracking, because I was like, I actually can't remember who it is. What's his name again? Where is he?
Leitner. Right back.
Right, Leitner, is it? Oh, jeez.
Late. He's Austrian.
Oh, bloody hell, I can't find him again.
Oh my god.
I'm going through my agency looking at for right backs, and I still can't find him. What the hell? Oh, there he is. Son Leitner. Erhard Son Leitner. There he is. 21-year-old, 59 rated. He has got up. He's got +1 in defending, +1 in dribbling, and that's it. So far.
Kicking the balls then.
It is.
Okay. So we will now move on to the community questions, and we've got quite a few here. So yeah,
we do.
Oh, look, we're finished nearly really quickly, but yeah, we're probably going to spend another 30 minutes on this. So strap in, guys. The first question we have is from who's this guy? Big Mr. K. Who the fuck's that?
What a knobhead!
I know, right? He says, "Do we?"
You said it.
The season 10 engine is exactly the same as season 9.
Absolutely, because the developers said it is.
I agree. I know it is. Like, because I'm getting the same
not.
fucking things that I was getting last season. The exact same things. So yeah, it absolutely is.
Still getting dodgy goalkeeping. I've had in my first game. I was like, what the fuck? I've had it in a few of them. Like the shoot one corner. But that was it. One of the guys I own the Silver Club with, he showed me a replay of one of the goals that he conceded. The ball was going wide. The keeper saved it, and it went in the net. He was just laughing because it was like the fourth goal he conceded or something, and he was losing. He was always going to lose that game. But it was just like, well, what do you do then? What do you do now?
What I was thinking of last night, it was when I saw the Leeds game. And it's something I've noticed, not penalty shootouts, but penalties when you get a penalty in the game. It's either wide, it goes in, or
very wide. Yeah.
It doesn't ever, keeper saves and it bounces back out for a rebound.
No.
It doesn't do that,
No.
does it? I've never seen that. And I was like, why
Not seen it.
Why not?
No.
Maybe that's something they should work on. But
I
obviously,
can't say I've seen...
fix the behaviour.
I can't try to think now. I don't think I've seen that many penalties. Like, in-game penalties. Like, penalty shootouts, it's irrelevant stuff, so they can't do that. Yeah. But I've not seen... Definitely not seen that, but I've not seen that many penalties.
I've seen
it
at
the time.
But I've never... It was when I saw the Leeds game yesterday.
Yeah.
And Leeds penalty, Donnarumma saved it, and then he just ran in for the rebound. I was like, I've never seen that on MFL.
No.
Ever. So,
No, I haven't.
but obviously, that's not a priority when they're saving shots going wide into the own net. So, it's probably something. So, are we all in agreement it's the same engine? Or
No,
yeah,
no.
okay.
I think I'm not going to go on about it. Go and watch the Ramble from this week. We'll big up the Ramble, our friendly other pod. Go and listen and watch the Ramble, whichever one, and then you can hear whatever I have to say. There's a load of bollocks about it there, but conspiracy theories I like. So let's just crack on with that. But no, I don't think it's the same. I don't care what they say. Not that, and like I said, not that I don't believe them, but I don't.
No, I can tell you it's definitely the same. It's 100% the same engine. Okay, great. Next question is from Taggart. He says, I expect everyone to answer this exact question. How is Season 10 the best engine yet, and why do you love it so much?
I'm going to give it a score out of 10.
Okay.
That's what I'll go. I would give the current engine a 7.5 out of 10. That's what I'd give it. Because you haven't got this formation. Pardon?
Just go 7 or 8. Why a half? I fucking hate halves in a rating. You just can't. I'm going to
go for a percentage out of 100. 75%. Fuck you, Root. That better?
Change it to 7. Change it to 7, and
right.
MFL can blame Root for you giving it a lower score.
That's fine. We'll give it a 7 because Root's being prissy over it. But yeah, what I like is you haven't got these. Not everyone's running the exact same formation because that is the formation to play. And any formation in a one-off game can be another. I like that. I don't like it being like, oh, I'm playing against this particular one. I've definitely got to play this now because it just becomes a really matching game, and it doesn't do a lot for me. In terms of ways you can play, I think there's lots of different ways you can play that are viable. But yeah, I think the most annoying thing about this current engine, because I don't think I've experienced the same situations you've experienced, Bruce, with the regularity that you did last season. I've not had that, and I think I'd feel very different. I think I'd feel very different if that was the case, because that's rough. But the goalkeeping behaviour, I still think, is asinine at times. It doesn't make any sense. The amount of saves, where it's like, if your goalkeeper did that in real life, it's the sort of thing, right, you are no longer playing for the team anymore. The third choice goalkeeper is going to sit on the bench, and your backup's playing now, because you can't afford to be doing it. And I've seen it from Flint all the way up to gold now. And it's not like just to particularly like one player being stupid. The Saka's so much better than the goalkeeper, therefore this has happened. And the fact that I'm sitting there, like last season, the cup final, both goals where I'm sitting there questioning it, like big time. I have no control over that. There's nothing I can do.
It's like they've modelled the goalkeeper behaviour on Andre Onana.
Elam Melier. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah, if they've got biscuit hands, then yeah, we'll name it after that. But yeah, that's the only thing about this engine, and actually, wide free kicks. What's the fucking point? Don't show me the highlight for a wide free kick. There is 0 point chance, because all that happens is goalkeeper catches it, everyone clears the box, they pass it out, end of highlight. Well, that was fun.
Not if you've got Johnson, your striker, at the Yorkshire Tea. He hits bullets headers in from them crosses in, mate, from free kicks.
Like for me, there's like 1 out of 20 a shot actually takes place. It's just always goalkeeper catches it. Cool. Good highlight of that.
Put a game, because I've seen it loads, but I put a game in the engine feedback channel because I counted everything, and there was 11 highlights shown in the entire game, and 7 of them were free kick out wide, crossed into the box, keeper catches. Out of 11 highlights, 7.
Then nothing happens after that either. Exactly. Sometimes I've had these ones where I scored a goal last night where my guys were attacking, thinking the opponent attacking. Oh shit, it's really dangerous, and then we broke, and it actually continued the highlight. I was expecting to end. I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And we ended up scoring. I was like, I've not seen that for ages, but that I wasn't expecting. I want more of that, because you just get, oh, this is a dangerous highlight. I've seen this before. They've got a throw in. Because no one's going to mark the recipient of a throw-in, because you don't do that in football. But yeah, the goalkeepers, I just, Root,
this is about what we love, not about what we hate, but you're doing well.
I did talk about what I loved about it. I've done both. I've given extras, but Root, score out of 10. You can't do any point whatevers because, everyone else will be a bitch over it.
I don't love the Season 10 match engine. I love Season 9. Thought that was a great match engine, Season 9. Fucking love that match engine. Season 10, dog shit. I would give it an 8. I like it. Like, I don't like it this season because I'd give it an 8. I don't want to say anything more about it, to be honest. I'm a bit frustrated this season, so.
Okay.
How have you given me a higher score, and yet you've just given that feedback? That doesn't make any sense.
Because I'm rating it based on last season. Last season when I had my last tactic before I messed around with it for this season, I enjoyed watching all those games. I thought it played really well. And if it is the same one, which it isn't, if it is the same match engine, then I've got to rate it based on last season's as well, which is an 8.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be anywhere near as nice about it because I'll start. Like
you have to say what you like about it, though. Apparently, after why do you love it so much? Yeah.
Okay. So, what I do like about it, as you said, you touched on it. The formation meta is gone. Yeah, that's gone. They did it a few months ago where they said, we're balancing formations. We've done a pack. They have 100% succeeded in that. The formations are very balanced. As long as you get your instructions right, I think Monkey said it. It's no longer about formation versus formation. It's now style versus style, which I think is 100% better. They've nailed it. Don't change it. It's fantastic. The other thing I like, there's no crazy exploits. There's not everyone's pinging in 50-yard shots and they're all going in. It still happens. It's extremely rare, but it's not like overplayed. There's no, the through balls over the top, one-on-one with the goalkeeper results in a goal every time. There's none of that. So I think that's very good. What I don't like is, because there was a couple of seasons ago where your instructions really seemed to matter. Like, I could change an instruction and I could literally see it play out on the pitch. It seems to have got away from that a little bit, because there's sometimes I want you all to play like this. The match starts, they play completely fucking differently. Like, I don't know what's going on there. They'll play exactly as I tell them for 3 matches, and then one match they'll just completely differently. Not like anything I've set them up. Nowhere, none of the instructions, not following any of the instructions. So it seems to have got away from that a little bit, and I don't know where it's been lost. I don't like the amount of shots my players miss from really, I don't take shots from stupid shots. I like to set them up so they're taking, sitters. But when you're taking 3 or 4 or 5 sitters and missing them all, like well wide, when you're right in the middle of the 6-yard box and it flies wide, like, it's harder to miss. How have you missed? And I'm like, even if they got the shots on target and forced the keeper to save, it's still not resulted in a goal, but the keeper saved it at least. This is just pure, you've got, 88 shooting and you've missed a shot that was easier to score. And it just seems so frequent. Don't like that. The variety is awful. Yeah, it's predictable. If you've got your right back pushing up and he suddenly gives the ball away to the central midfielder, it's a goal. You've conceded. There's certain things where it's just it gets really, really predictable. So for that, I'm going to give it a 4, and it's only getting a 4 because of the 2 good things I said. I think the biggest problem is I've lost my immersion with it. Because now I'm no longer looking at it as, like, when I'm putting together a tactic, I'm no longer looking at it. This is a tactic, football pitch tactic, and I want my player to do this. I'm looking at it like code, like programming instead, which I know is what it is, but with the immersion, it's I'm doing tactics. Right now, I'm looking at, how do I take advantage of this programming? And it's just completely wiped out the immersion for me. So yeah, it's got a 4 because of the good things that I said, because they're really good. The things they've got right are really good, but for me there's too much things that take away from it. Like, it's a good engine, yes, but it's ruined the immersion, which is super important. It's, yeah. I've ranted on. I don't like this reputation that I'm grumpy and I moan a lot. I don't like this reputation because I'm not. But it's just, this has just been a tough last season, and I can see this season it's going to be tough for me because a lot of the same stuff's happening. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next question. So, MFL Sully says, what are the minimum attributes you look for in a position at your club's level, or something that would immediately put you off a player? Just rough examples.
Striker previously.
Physicality.
Yes. Striker's physicality. Yeah. If that's really, really low, but they've got high pace and high shooting, I'm not a fan. I've seen they just get bullied. And equally, I don't like it where you've got, these are the core 2 or 3 stats that they need to have to go up. And they're not likely to go up because they have to have so much growth in one attribute to get somewhere. You remember that striker I got like a couple of seasons ago, that 73 rated striker, wherever he was? He had ridiculous shooting. His name was Huertas. I check back on a few of these players every so often out of curiosity. He's still 74. He's not moved. He's still exactly the same. And I think a couple of his attributes have gone up, but he's never going to tear break of all things as well, unless he shoots up massively in some of the other stats. He has to go silly, stupid high shooting, which is already at like 90 or something. Loads more in pace, or his physicals was in the 50s, I think. He needs to shoot up low. So physicality, I've noticed that change. Have you noticed that one then, Rook? We both said the same thing, didn't we?
Yeah, I think just physicality is becoming more and more important, I think, in the game. Just, well, for the match engine, but also just to keep the players. I think it's really good on any of your attacking players. So when I first started playing, I was just thinking, I need strong defenders. But actually having strong attackers, they do tend to win the ball back. So like if I have a Cam and he's right physical, he feels like he's getting in to get the ball back more. Maybe because he's got the strength there, I'm not sure. And it's interesting because obviously we just see the energy disappear for the next game. But obviously in that match, I'm sure they're getting tired, right? During the game.
They do. I can show you examples in my agency where I've got teams where I've built teams and I've gone, actually, I'm a player short because I haven't considered their physical and they're losing fitness faster than I anticipated. And it's going to be a bit of a headache now, and I can't solve it until the mid-season window. And I'm just going to have to be creative. Like a couple of games tonight, I'm having to play various different formations because I need to rotate and I want to prioritise the cup, so I'm having to do it because I'm lacking in positions. But physicality is one that I think you shouldn't sleep on.
Yeah.
How about you, Bruce?
Pace, number one, no matter what. If they've got good pace, that can make up for a lot of stuff. I think pace is still OP in this match engine.
Yep.
For centre mids, if you play with centre mids, I would always look at their defence. If they've got really low defence and they're playing centre mid, that's probably not a good sign. You want decent enough defence. Dribbling on wingers, they need to have good dribbling. Anywhere across the midfield needs to have good passing. Defending, they need defence and physical. And like you said, it's since they made that change where defenders require, because I never used to really care about physical. That's why I've got a striker with high pace and high shooting, because it didn't matter. It's starting to matter now, and I'm starting to see it. So in the future, when I get another striker, I'll sacrifice a couple of points in shooting to get the physical up a bit more. It's becoming a lot more important, and I imagine that's the same around the pitch, because again, like I said, with centre midfielders, if there was a centre midfielder with low physical but great everywhere else, I'd probably avoid him as well, because you need the physical. And again, there's the energy that plays a big factor. But for me, always pace is king. Pace is king, and it will be for a while. I think I'm not sure how they can change that. But
anything from pace is an obvious one for defensive point of view, but defensively, is there anything that you boys particularly look into as well?
Defensive physical, usually.
Yeah. I think you can get away with a back two with having one with like good pace, depending on the rating of what deems good, and you can get away with one being a bit slower because they might have the higher physical ability. That does work. It is a problem if you've got two defenders who are both don't have high pace, unless tactically you've got it sorted so they're not getting isolated and basically chasing back all the time or having to deal with a one-on-one all the time. You can work, but you still get caught out. Pace can make up for a lot.
It can. It's an equaliser. You can have a bad player, but he will perform better just because he's got pace and he can just outrun everyone. So yeah, I'd always say pace is king.
Yeah.
Which one do you not care about the most at all? Then is there something you just don't care about in those stats at all for any player? Like obviously, like I know is the one for the CDMs, Bruce. You're not that bothered about.
So CDMs, I would look for obviously defense first and physical, and then passing. Other than that, I won't really care. You know, if he's got low pace, it's okay because he's just going to sit there in front of the defense anyway.
Yeah, I don't want him chasing.
Fast. It doesn't have to be fast. So yeah, but I think dribbling on wingers and dribbling sometimes on strikers can be helpful, but for everywhere else, like if they've got 30 dribbling, I wouldn't give a shit. Would not care at all. But for wingers, I think you need the dribbling, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would.
Well, I mean, I know it's not a stat, but goalkeepers above 6 foot as well.
Yeah, because they have said it has an impact on their reach ability, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I used a goalkeeper who was 5'7" for an entire season, and there was so many games where I was pulling my hair out, like because whether it was his fault, his height, that the fact that he is 5'7", I am instantly like, it's because you're 5'7", you shit bastard. You know what I mean? So it's a psychological thing, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, always tall goalkeepers, as tall as you can get, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else to add before I move on?
Nothing for me, mate.
Okay. We will go to Andrew Q, who says, how much scouting do you do of your next opponent when making starting lineup decisions? Specifically, are you watching their last matches or just looking to see what formations they've recently deployed before deciding what you will do?
I'll go first if you want.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
I just play my way and people can try and beat me my way. I've got my rotation set. Sounds a bit boring, but that's just what I do. Obviously, if I look at the league table and they're near the bottom, I might rotate an extra 2 or 3 players or whatever, just because I can, and I try and have my better lineups out for the ones at the top. I don't think about who they're playing, what their players are, what formation they're playing. Nothing. But I guess that's because I stick to the same formation. So, yeah, a really easy answer for me.
I was very similar to that. Like, I'll set up my tactics. I don't care what you do, and that worked pretty well up until Iron. So Stone and below, I think that will get you through there quite well. I'm noticing now in Iron, I'm having to do scouting because they're scouting me. A lot of them are scouting me. So, you know, last few games, I'll look at them. Are they playing a high line? Are they playing a low line? How are their goals scored? I will always check, you know, how the goals scored. If it's Monkey, who was having a big battle last season, I'd watch his entire game. Not in 2D, but I'd watch his entire last few games just to see, okay, I need a more detailed break. Is he creating, you know, because he could score 1 goal this way, but if he's creating lots of chances and not scoring from them, then that also tells me. But yeah, that's about as far as it goes. See what the goals have scored, you know. Sometimes I'll look at the match report, but not often. But yeah. What about you, Mr. K? Because I know you quite, because you used to change formations and everything. And
yep. I still do. Once I've got my head round an engine and the sort of makeup of the squad I've got, so I know what I need to do and how often I need to rotate and what I can rotate into if I need to do it that way. I like to have options. The higher the league, the more likely I am to scout opponents to find out what they're doing, because people tend to have thinner squads. They don't have 25 players in a squad. That's not the way most people run it. They might have, you're talking teams, you're talking 17, 18, 19 tops. I remember, like, back in the last season, trying to work out who would be playing, who I'd be playing, especially if they didn't play the same formation every game. What can they play? Because who's got fitness, who hasn't, who's suspended, so therefore this. And we did that with my co-owners a few times, because one of the guys co-owned with Slippery Fish, who I know chats a lot in the Discord. He likes scouting the opponents, so it's like him contributing to helping out running the club. He likes doing that, and we'll watch in a bit more detail. Whereas I'll have a look at it and I'll look at the stats and the breakdown. I'll look at a couple of heat maps and a couple of positions that I'm interested in to get a bit of a semblance and idea of, okay, I think this is what they get that person to do. And moreover, rather than me making wholesale changes, it's like, with that bit more information going into this match, and I think they're playing this formation, and I think these particular important roles are going to do this, do I need to do anything? Do I feel like I need to do anything? And if it's a no, cool, fine. If I need to tweak something, I'll consider it. I'm not going to make it a definitive, because I do subscribe to the idea of, I want you to try and beat me. I'm not trying to play to not get beaten. I want you to try and beat me at the same time. I just want to make sure there's no nasty surprises when the game starts, because you can't do naff all about it. Yeah. But yeah, I have tried last season to do. I know they play this formation, and I think this formation works. It's not perfect, far from it compared to previous engines, but it might be the style of play that I've got that particular formation works seems to do quite well against that other style of play, formation, like a low line, a counter attack, or a high press. I know these formations will do really well because it bypasses it, but it's not foolproof. But yeah, I do like scouting opponents, and I use that plugin that we've talked about before, that MFL leaks one, so it will automatically, when I'm selecting a squad, pull up the fitness of their players. In overall, it goes from the highest rated player to the lowest, and it gives me the breakdown of their fitness, and it will show me the last 5 results, if they have 5 results, and it will show me the most popular formation. So if they've played 4-2-3-1 3 times in the last 5 games, it'll say 4-2-3-1 is the most popular. It'll give me that, and then I have a look. But yeah, it depends on the importance of the game.
I think, like we both touched on, the higher you get up the leagues, it becomes more important.
Yeah, of course it does. Definitely. Yeah, fine margins.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will move on to the next question, which is James. Continuing from the Ramble Pod with Root about if under 23 packs should come out and cost more, would they be worth it, as the highest age from packs are 26, so 26, 25, 24 would be removed for double the price? I don't know if that's worth it. A 21 and under pack, on the other hand, for double becomes really tempting, as you get the top 5 ages, and are also on average getting 14 seasons guaranteed. What are our thoughts on that?
I mean, go on, you go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, simply put, I don't want them to be different types of packs. I'm happy with what we've currently got in terms of options. I think I'm not a fan of some of the pricing for the higher rated packs comparatively, because the difference is startling comparatively. Like uncommon, if you go for the standard one, it's 10. If you go for the rating guarantee that's higher, it's 17. So it's a 70% increase. If you do the same for rare, it's 47 or 100k. It's a massive hike in the price, and I get why they do it, ecosystem-wise and all that. I don't want any more. I get enough young players more often than not out of packs, and it's not guaranteed. And you will always get, here's my rare player, here he comes, oh, he's 26. Of course you'll always get that. But I wouldn't pay more for it anyway. I certainly wouldn't pay more, especially double. No thanks. Yeah. I wouldn't do that now for the rares.
I wouldn't either. I mean, it stings when you get a 26-year-old.
Yeah.
And it stings more at the higher end when you get a 26-year-old or a 28-year-old or whatever. Like, it stings. Because, 28... Oh, you must be talking about reward packs. Reward packs is where the max you can get is 26. Because I was going to say I pulled a 28 last season. So it must be reward packs. But the reward packs are just what you get, what you get, I think. And 26 isn't bad. Compared to 28, if it was 28 there, 28, then that'd be a bit tough. But I wouldn't want to pay more. I'd maybe want nationality packs. I think they'd be cool, but then I wouldn't even want to pay more for that, because the nationality doesn't have any bearing. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to pay more for that. But that, like, in terms of age, I wouldn't be bothered. It's more the overall that's important, I think.
I like the idea of packs, different packs. I'm not saying I'd pay double. I think I said that on the Ramble. I don't know what I'd pay, but I like the idea of a guaranteed, if that floats people's boats. Because if you're into progression, at the minute I struggle because, like, for me to open a pack, there's a big risk there. I can go to the market and just buy a 23-year-old and guarantee he's 23. Can't guarantee the progression, granted, but we can't do that at all anyway. But to get a pack and hope for that, it more often than not, it's costing me more. So I'd rather be able to buy a pack that's not that dissimilar to what I'm going to the market for. Because I think that, do you know what I mean? I'm not explaining that very well, but I know what I mean. And then that would be great for me. But equally the same, right? I think one of the guys said, like, well, would you buy a pack that guaranteed you someone over 26 or 28? It's like, well, maybe if it was half the price, and then I get the fun of the pack still. Because it's trying to find that balance between, we all love opening packs, but at the moment, and I think we've said it on previous pods that we've done, it's just so much better at the moment to go to the market. Because you're guaranteed what you're going to get. And the extra cost, like when you're buying a rare pack at $150, like, you've got a few players in there, but like you said, I think it was Bruce, when you were doing it, you could have bought 8 players probably.
I could have bought more players than 20 years.
Like, so it's fine, so it's trying to get the balance. But if you paid $150 and in that pack, one of those players was guaranteed to be 23 or under or 21 or under, let's just say whatever, one of them, only one of the 3, it just entices you to think,
no, it doesn't, because then the limited player is going to be the fucking under 20.
well, maybe it is, but yeah. Also, before you ask the next question, what I've done is I've just put all my teams to my last season's tactic.
Okay.
And I've done 4 games, haven't I? So I'm going to do 4 games. Obviously, I know the opposition's different, but I'll run the next 4, which will include the cup games, with last season's tactic. So by the time we come back next week, I'll be able to tell you whether I really believe in real play if it is the same engine. Because in friendlies, it fucking isn't. So let's see. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. Next question is... Fucking hell, we do have a few. Dan LFC. When testing tactics, how do you distinguish exactly how strong or weak the formation or system is? Do you look more at straight results in friendlies, or are you looking at the XG shots it creates or the stats the players have?
Stats, ratings of players, both defensive, midfield and attack, like into 3 groups. How is that particular part of the team working or not working? And quality of chances. They can have 22 shots, great, but if I've got 1 XG and I've had 22 shots, something ain't right. Yeah, that's awful. I played a team last night, and I think they had... Oh, no, it was one of the friendlies they did. They had 22 shots. They had less than 1 XG. Because I just let the friendly run, and I came back to it, and I was like, how they 22 shots? How did they manage to get that many? And I won the game. But I was like, I won the game like 3-0, but they had 22 shots. So I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Because I was like, and I looked where they're taking the shots from. They're doing long shots.
Yeah.
They're just doing loads of them. So I look at that, like the XG per chance sort of vibe. I'm getting a rough idea, and I'm aiming 0.25. 0.2. 0.2 is really good on per shot. Is what I found on average, because I was tracking this season before. I was doing that in depth when I was actually sorting out a formation, and most teams were hovering between 0.1 to 0.15 per shot is when I was working out. So it worked out for me and my opponents, because I was obviously at a loose end, you can tell, can't you? But yeah, anything over 0.2 per shot is a good performance, is what I'd say. You're creating a lot of good quality chances.
Yeah.
I take out penalties though.
Yeah,
if a penalty's in the game, I remove the penalty XG from it. It's pointless.
Same with red cards.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a red card in the game, I'm just like, well, fuck this friendly, because it's not telling me anything, because it's skewed everything. But I'm pretty much the same as you. Look at the amount of shots I'm getting and making sure the quality chances. I like to check back the highlights to see the sort of chances I'm giving up and the chances I'm creating. I'll go into match reports of my own teams just to see if there's any stats that really stand out. Like, if one guy's getting, if one of my defenders is getting dribbled past 15 times in a game, there's a serious issue there, or stuff like that. And I'll look at all that. It's a collection of everything that makes up whether I decide it's a good, strong formation, and then I'll play in the league and I'll play completely different. So
so for me, just literally the eye test. I don't go into the data.
Yeah, gut feeling.
Just gut feeling of how it's playing, yeah. Like in a football manager type game, like I know this is kind of like that. I kind of do dive into lots of the data, but in this, it's just how it feels because I don't want to get too up on the data. It's a bit like before. I just want to watch my tactic play well, and like I was fortunate last season it did, and the season before it did a bit. My first season it didn't, so I've just evolved it to play well. And like if I lose a game 1-0 or 2-1, and it is annoying, as long as my team looked like they were doing it. I think that's why my feedback was literally like, can my strikers stop missing 6-yard shots 15 times in a game? Because I know it looks good on paper, but they can't get it in the net. So yeah, I don't look into the data that much. I look into the data more when we're doing tactic testing. I actually do it then. So if I put my first tactic out, I'll go and look at how many times did he get dribbled past. So then I'll put on more aggressive maybe or something like that. But we know I'm shit at tactic testing, so that helps nobody.
You had the most successful season out of all of us last season. So.
I know, and then change my and then they come out and go, it's the same match engine, so I go and change my tactic. Genius. But now I've put it back and I'm running a friendly, and I've just literally I'm winning against a team that's better than me, which never, but it's a friendly, so who cares? Next question.
Okay, next one is from Ricky Hyde. Might be too late for this week. Well, it's not. But what is the biggest overall difference you think someone with a flexible squad who is good with tactics can overcome before tactics are thrown out of the window and the higher overall just bullies its way to the win? Let's just say it's a team full of 70 rated players and they use set and forget tactics all season.
So I'm just working it out in my head because when I've used MFL Coach and you put in those parameters when you're searching for friendlies, I usually go for... I find out what my team's overall rating is from the tactics thing, because it'll give you the overall
5 up and 5
like
down.
combined. I go 10 above, 10 below, and then I stretch it to 15 to 15 when I think a tactic's working. I stretch it to 15. I find when I get to 20 more, there's a sharp drop off in how well a formation can perform. But you have the outliers. When I feel like I've got a formation that's absolutely ticking and I've got the great players for it and I'm getting a real tune out of it, I will start pushing that to 25 or more and seeing how far I can push it. But there is a noticeable drop off when a team is like 20 overall combined better. So I'm trying to work out how that sort of shakes out basically. So what that by 11 players, 20 on average. So what is like 2 average more per player, which doesn't sound like all that much, really. But that's what I'm tending to find. So yeah, if you've got a team of 70s and you're playing a game as a team of 72s, theoretically I'm seeing more, but I would naturally think if I've got a 70 rated team and I'm playing a team of 73s and 74s combined, I expect that to be... I might not just be out-tacticked here, I might just be outgunned.
Yeah.
And that can happen. But yeah, that's why I noticed the biggest drop-offs.
I'll completely agree with that, because I like doing the majority of my testing against teams who are slightly stronger than me, because I think it tells me more than playing teams who are weaker than me.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Around about 20 is when it's like, well, I can't do shit here. Like, there's nothing I can.
Yeah.
Unless you've got your tactics super zoned, but even then, it can feel like a bit of a struggle. Like, I've noticed in the highlights when you're playing a team who's significantly stronger than you. Well, I mean, say significant, about 20. Your players give the ball away a lot more in the highlights.
Yeah.
I've noticed that so much more. Like, you play a team the same and they don't give the ball away. When you're playing a team much higher, they give the ball away a lot in the highlights. So, yeah, I'd agree with you around 20-ish. But, I mean, we have proper numbers, don't we, on this? Like, in it, something like 100 above the... I don't know the stats.
Yeah, I can't remember what it...
Like,
yeah.
You've got no chance of winning. Like, in it like that, something like that.
There is a tier, yeah, but I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember the number.
It was in the report at the end of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, though, but you are right. There is the percentage thing. We probably need to dig it out if we can find it and send him it. That'll probably help. Yeah. But I just do 5. Just do 5. So if I'm 700, I just look for opponents at 705. Literally at 705. If nobody comes up, then I'll go to 7.6. I don't go below that. So I'm a bit like you. I always try and make sure I'm going against better teams. But that's just the OVR But then at least it means that if I've got like a 70, 70, 70, they're going to be like 72, 72, 72, or 73, 75, whatever. They won't ever be lower technically. Well, one of them could, but you know what I mean? That's how I do it. I just don't test against it too tough, because I just think, again, if I'm not analysing data, I'm only just doing it on the eye. All I'm going to do is watch a game where I'm getting pissed off. So, like, fucking pointless. But I'm not the tactic genius, so.
SLDLRD says, you boys ever think you're going to live stream your episodes rather than record? Bit like Ramble Lads do on Wednesday. I know you guys have thoughts on this, but I think I'd kind of feel like we were stepping on the Ramble's toes. I know they'd be fine with it, but that's sort of like their thing. And that's like the Ramble coming out and suddenly doing Tactics Corner. You know what I mean? I know
it's like their USP.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to just do it numerous times throughout a season is what I'd like to do. Not every week, because I agree with you. I like us just recording us on a Sunday. It's nice, but I do like the live interaction with the community, which is what I think I replied in the Discord. But I wouldn't want to do it every week. I quite like the fact that, you know, we take a few minutes before, we get ourselves in it, we've got our agenda and we do it. And if I was doing a live stream, I wouldn't really want much of an agenda either. I'd want it to just be kind of like, how do we flow with it? And it's difficult because you are right. Ramble do that live, and then Jimbo does all his obviously watch along. So there's a lot of live content, but it'd be nice to do it. I mean, we did do it that time when we did the RonJon first one, didn't we? The drafting. But we did the trial club as well. We did that live. That worked really well. So it's trying to figure out what would work well. Now, if we were going to do it, we'd probably need to do the Tactics Corner as a live figuring it out. So, like, I don't know, one of us leads on it, picks one of our clubs between the collective of all we've got, and collaborate together to try and make it work, and then get feedback from the community. It's just trying to figure out how we would do it live, because our existing agenda, no offense to the community, we don't really need. We're not getting the feedback in for the sections we've got at the minute, are we? Because it's about our clubs and stuff and things like that, and our players. I know we have the hot topic, which maybe would. So I'd love to do it. I just don't know how we do it, I guess. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I like the idea, novelty. I like the engagement. I like the interaction. I like that sort of thing. I get what you're saying about the Ramble doing their thing, and I don't think anyone would be like pissy about any of this sort of stuff. I in the slightest. But that is their USP. They do theirs live, and they get the engagement that way. I think we're doing this with the listeners' questions, because that's our form of engagement, and we have banter over it. And it's in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, guys, that's how you get involved with this sort of stuff. And vote on what you want for Tactics Corner. So yeah, I think I like the idea. I think picking the right thing, like we did one on Root's birthday that time when we had was it the challenge or something like that? We had something to do when we did live.
Nice,
That was it. Just something, so like the one-off little thing, yeah, I'm on board with that. But past that, yeah, I think we stick to what we know, what works out, what's our formula on the regular. I think that's what we do.
The thing in Discord, the thing that you're planning for Christmas, can we talk? Has anything happened with that?
There are some stuff has ticked along. I'm just trying to arrange. We can briefly talk about it. We're trying to get so MFL have got their Christmas thing going on. Holiday Heroes. And before that came about, I think I'd sent a message in there to us guys and the Ramble guys and to Jimbo, obviously Wendirt guys, around doing something throughout December in terms of leading up to what would be a mega stream at the end on a Sunday towards the end of it. I'm being vague intentionally, but we are working through it. I was just on with Jimbo and because obviously there's a big group of people there, and then going back to MFL backwards and forwards. So we've got an idea of the rewards we could have that MFL will put up, and then we're just trying to work through a call between myself, David, and Jimbo to just go, right, how would we do it across which days? How would we do it? And then we can come back into the group with all of us and go, right, guys, how does this sound? Are we all up for this? Because I think in the group there's quite a lot in there, so just kind of did it that way, really. And the idea would
make sense.
Yeah, a bit like So
too many
cooks. So the idea would be literally starting next week. Pretty much, somebody does something during that 7 days. The other pod does something between the next 7 days, and the other pod between the next 7 days, and that takes us to around about like the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, or I don't know, of December, and we do a mega pod. But I don't have any specifics, but there would be giveaways and spin wheels and duck races, and all of that would be live. Even ours would be live, yeah. So Ramble would do theirs live, Jimbo would do his live. We would do our one for that thing live, because it'd be an addition to this recording, and then the Christmas one would be live. And we were talking about a Sunday night to do like a bumper 2-3 hour massive Christmas themed stream. We're just trying to iron out some of the details, and then I'll obviously fill you guys in with it all, and then everybody else, and we'll figure it out. But it's still moving along. We do still want to do it. It's just trying to coordinate a few things. Yeah.
Okay, so we have one final question. Andrew Q says, okay, now the tough question. How do you all take your tea? Any milk and sweetener or black? Before we go on, I just want to say, Kev, you're a fucking crackhead, bro. Putting the milk in first. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Can I just give
first?
Can I just give Andrew Q some cred here? He's based in the US, which I didn't know when he first asked what is Yorkshire tea, and I was like, anyway, he's gone to the extent of finding out not only what it is, but has actually ordered some on Amazon so he can have it himself in the US, which I love that, like top marks. But yeah, there is only one right answer, isn't there? I know technically there is an official way to do it, because I came across this on a random quiz thing that we saw before, and we were like, me and my missus were like, it's going to be that one, but it is wrong. We know that's going to be the right answer, but it's wrong. We shouldn't do it like that. So, boys, interrupt if you disagree. So, first of all, we're putting the tea bag in and the water in first.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Let it brew a little bit.
Yes.
Then you stick however much milk you like to put in. I like strong cup of tea. I want it still to be hot when I'm drinking it, so I don't put a load of milk in. It's a bit of milk, not loads. I don't put anything else. I'm not one for sweetener sugars and all that, but each to their own. Like that's I don't care. While that is going on, and I'm happy with the strength of the cup of tea, take the tea bag out, strain it, done. Cup of tea's ready to rock and roll. That's the one. That is the right way. Apparently the right way is, though, is you don't put the milk in until you've taken the tea bag out.
Correct.
That is the officially correct way. I just disagree with it.
My missus does it the way you've described. She puts the milk
the right
in
way
while the tea bag's in. I do it the opposite way. And yeah, that's the way it is. But I do let my kettle cool. I had a big thing in the Amrezi thing about mine. I'm a bit weird with how I do mine. I don't like my tea boiling. I like to, when I pour it, you know, like if you made a pot of tea and then it sits for quite a bit of time, doesn't it? You're back in the day. We'll know what we're talking about, Bruce. Little Mr. K will have no idea. And you used to do it and then literally straight up banging. That's how I like mine. So yeah.
Putting the milk in first is just
wrong.
Like
Wrong.
how do you gauge the strength of your tea? Like
Fucking heathen.
Yeah.
Like, you do it with coffee. I do it with coffee, right?
Yeah.
You put the coffee granules in, and then you put a bit of milk in, because if you just put hot water straight on the granules, it scorches the shit out of it. So you put a little bit of milk in there, mix it up, then put the milk in, and it is good. But for tea, like, what is the reason?
I know. What is the reason?
Why would you put it first? Like, madness.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't, would you?
No.
I thought Kev of all people would be like, oh yeah, you deep fry the tea bag first, then you wang that in, and then you put a bit of milk in on top of it. Yeah, piss off with your child's cup of tea. Milk in first.
There was another question that came in while we've been recording that I just replied with a middle finger to in the chat, so into the Discord. So I'm not bothering to ask.
What was the question? I would like to know what the question is now, so I've not seen it.
The question is for the pod: how much of a beating are your Tigers going to take in the cup against my boys? That's from SLDLRD. So I just gave him a nice middle finger.
I wondered what that clapping noise was. It's your team getting absolutely ran over.
Tell you what, boys. These friendlies are looking beautiful. My team's playing real nice again.
So how did the cup games go next week for Root? How did the cup games go?
Shut up. Shut up.
No, he can't be. It's an 8 out of 10 engine. He loves it, remember? He gave it the highest score.
Do you know what? Literally, if my week goes better than the start of the season's gone, then next week, I will eat humble pie on here. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh boys, Can we, before we go any further, can I just show you a horrific goal my team have just scored?
I thought he was going to say something about the recording. Then did you?
Oh no.
Boys, can I just let you know that nothing. I didn't press record at the beginning.
I randomly threw on a game that I'm playing. So my team's in the orange, and I've just scored this goal, and I've watched it, and I went, "What the hell's just happened there?" You can't see it. Can you see it now?
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just do that one so it makes it larger. So here we go. So I've just scored as well, gone 2-1 up, and then the ball gets played out wide at some point. It goes wide again. Wait for it.
Oh.
That is horrific. I apologise to my opponent. That is horrific. That is an awful goal. It's 3-2 now. Excellent. So anyway, that was it. That last question?
That was the last question. That is
right.
Pretty much wrapped up. It's crazy because again, I thought, we're running really good, and then we came to the questions, and now we've just blasted through another 20, 30 minutes at the time.
Well, that's what the community's done, haven't they? They've gone, right, you guys want to get the pod down, but we don't. Yeah. So normally we'll get you to run to 2.5 hours. Thank you very much.
As Mr. K says, he's very good at plugging it. Join the Yorkshire Tea and XP Discord. It's where you can ask your questions. We will answer anything. It's not like, don't think you have to be. If you've got a question that you want us to answer, ask it, mate. Like, honestly, and you can do that in the Discord. We will also put up the poll for next week's Tactics Corner, which is where you can vote on which one you want to see. Hopefully it's a better formation than this one, or a more entertaining one at least. But yeah, you can get all of that in the YT and XP Discord. Good luck in all of your games this week, except Mr. K on Monday at about 5. Good luck to
Tuesday.
all of the games.
Tuesday. We're playing Tuesday. Yeah, we're playing Tuesday.
Right, okay. So everyone, good luck for all your games apart from that specific one. But other than that, the pod's over. We're done. Next week we will have Root leading. We're not. No, sorry, I was about to go on a tangent there. Never mind. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support as always. And until next week, we will catch you later. Bye. Bye. Just Nick Davids.